Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Just a little quick disclaimer. I have my inside of my mouth is really swollen right now from my braces, so if I sound funny or if my lips are moving funny, that is why. So try to ignore it. Today's video is going to be pretty different. I have everything written down in here of what I'm going to talk about, but as you can see from the title, this is going to be like an advice video. So this is all the advice I feel like I want to give to you guys that I've learned from 2020, 2021, and like just throughout my life growing up and like through high school and stuff. So I have everything written down. I think I have about, let's see, 20 different things I'm going to talk about. So let's get right into the video. Okay, first thing I have on the list is separate yourself from people who don't have the same mindset about their future and like basically following your own crowd, and surround yourself with people that are going to, lift you up and not bring you down and help you follow your goal to get to where you want to be in your future. I really needed to hear this one because throughout middle school, like elementary, middle school, obviously wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with my life after high school. But I kind of had an idea. People always would ask me, what is my dream job? What is my dream career? And honestly, it's kind of different than what I want to do now. So I then kind of made up my mind, figured out the path I wanted to go, and now I'm surrounding myself with people that want to do the same things as me, or who have something totally different they want to do, but they want to follow the same path to get to a successful place in their life. So that's the first thing. For number 2, we have don't change yourself for anyone. I feel like I really try to change myself for people, and I think it's more because I can get along with a lot of different type of people. So I would always try to change myself to get along with people, but I realized that's only good to a certain extent. Like, I don't want to change my whole personality, change myself into someone I don't want to be able to talk to some people, like I would just not talk to them, know my worth, and then go on about my life and surround myself with people that will accept me for me. Number 3, take a day out of the week to mainly focus on yourself, like your well-being and your mental health. I feel like I really didn't do this a lot, and I feel like it kind of brought down my mental health, but now I feel like I'm really trying to make more time and prioritize my day so that I can make sure that I have a lot of time for myself, either whether it's relaxing, watching TV, taking a bath, taking a longer shower to relax and stuff like that. Number 4, I have greet people with kindness and give compliments. I genuinely feel like I'm one of the nicest people someone could meet. I mean, I don't really know if that's cocky or kind of pushing it, but like I really feel like I am. So when I'm at the store or something, I'll compliment someone's shoes or compliment someone's hair. Or I know one time, I can't remember where I was, but this little girl, she complimented me. I can't remember what it was, but it was just like the sweetest thing, like no one told her to do that. She didn't have to do that. She was young, and who knows, maybe people don't compliment her, but she had the heart and she took the time out of her life to compliment me, which she didn't even have to do. And I feel like it really brightened my day to know that. So I want people to feel the same way I felt like when that little girl complimented me. I feel like it's a good thing to show kindness, even just because, because sometimes people really need to hear that little nice thing you have to say about them. Okay, number 5, make enough time in your schedule for social time. Yeah, I know people are really busy. Sometimes people work multiple jobs and have hours and hours of homework and schoolwork and stuff, but sometime out of your week you should make time for socializing with people. I know it's kind of hard right now during the pandemic and stuff, but make time to socialize with people because it kind of does build you up and give you confidence, and it kind of gives your brain and your body a break from everything like work and school. Even like going for a walk. You can take your dog for a walk or something, kind of clear your mind and do something fun, but not like school related. Number 6, write down things you need to do, like homework and chores. So like write down like a task list. A task list that you have to do like during the day, like a to-do list. So this was actually my to-do list book, but then I switched. So I have let me see. like my to-do list and stuff that were in here. So every night I would write down everything I have to do the next day, starting from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, and write my to-do list for the next day. So I feel like it really helped me make sure I get everything done, and it helped me push myself to make sure I wasn't procrastinating, because I actually tend to do that a lot and I really need to stop. But it really helped me focus more and not forget a lot of stuff. Build your self-confidence is number 7. I feel like building your self-confidence kind of is way harder than it sounds like. It's easier said than done. I feel like it took me a while to build my self-confidence, and honestly, I feel like I'm not fully confident in myself, and I have a lot of insecurities, especially in my skin has been one of my biggest insecurities since I was like, how old? I think I was like 12 or something like that. I've gotten better with it, you know. I've learned that that's just the way I am, no matter what my insecurity is. That's the way I am. That's the way God wanted me to be. So I learned to come to terms to love myself, you know, because I can't change myself, like my appearance. I can't really change my appearance. Okay, the next one is push yourself to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Actually, I heard this from my coach because we were doing this one drill and it was like a really tough drill, but he said you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And obviously everyone was uncomfortable with the drill because it was really hard and it was tough on our body, and we all wanted to stop doing it because it was hurting us. But when he said that, it pushed us to keep going. Even though it was tough for us, we had to keep going because it will obviously help us. There are situations where you feel like you don't want to do something, or like, for example, reading. You might not like reading or whatever, but the more you do it, even though you don't like it, the more you become comfortable with it. And eventually you'll be comfortable with it when you were once uncomfortable, you know? Number 9, always have a plan B, C, D, etc., whatever. A lot of times things in life don't go as you expect it to go. And I think we all had a situation or time in our life where we've been through something and we thought it was going to go one way, and then it ended up going a total different way, and then we were obviously stuck with what we should do. Always make sure if this doesn't go right, you have another plan. If that doesn't go right, you have another plan, because you don't want to have only one option, and then if that doesn't work out, everything just goes downhill and then you're stressed and it just causes a whole bunch of other issues. Number 10, surround yourself with great energy that is going to bring you up, whether it's music, people, art, etc. For me, it was music. I switched schools like 2 times, and I'm a really shy person, so I didn't really talk to many people unless they really talked to me. But then I started listening to different music, and it kind of opened my eyes up to different things and made me feel more confident. And for example, basketball, I started listening to music when I would play basketball, which has actually helped me like love the sport more, because it kind of boosted up my energy whenever I would play basketball, which would actually help me play better. And then playing better made me more confident and made me feel like I was a better player. So the more I kept doing that, the better I got. Okay, number 11 is it's always okay to have a bad day, and it's normal. I feel like a lot of people think when they have a bad day, it's just a bad day. But bad days are actually good days, because sometimes not everything's going to be good. You're always going to have a bad day to have a good day. You're always going to have a good day to have a bad day, but it's okay. You know, like it happens sometimes, but we just have to stay positive, get through it, and then the next day will probably be even better than the day that was good. Or it may take a while to have a good day, but that good day is going to be really great and rewarding. Okay, number 12 is don't be afraid to chase after your goals. I think this is really big that people don't actually realize, because I feel like you climb up a mountain to get to the highest point, which is your goal. But sometimes you might have to go down the mountain to get back up, or sometimes you might have to go around to a different part of the mountain to get back up. And I think people don't realize that maybe they think it's a fear. They may think, oh, I'm climbing down the hill. Am I going to keep going downhill till I reach rock bottom? No. You might have to take a step down from the throne to get back up, you know? Okay, number 13 is know the difference between your friend and your friend. This is an important one because I feel like throughout middle school and a little bit throughout high school, like freshman year, I feel like I had fake friends, and maybe they weren't, maybe they were. I'm not gonna say accuse them of doing anything like that, but they just weren't for me, you know? Like, they could be a good friend for someone else, they might not be a good friend for me. But just know the difference between someone that calls you a friend and someone that you call a friend, because it's probably different. You guys' standards might be different, and in the long run, you might not be right for each other to be their friend, but that's perfectly fine. You don't have to have beef with one another. You don't have to dislike one another. It just might not be the right fit for you. Number 14 is write down how your day went, your current mood, and how you feel at the end of the day. So like a diary, whenever I was bored throughout the day, I would just write in my diary, like either how I feel, what I did today, how I feel about what I did today, what I accomplished. And then at the end of the day, I would just write down a summary of my day, or I would respond to certain things that I had wrote in my diary from the day before that I wanted to try and change for the current day. Number 15 is know that change doesn't always come quickly and that patience is key. Like I said about the mountain thing, and also that it's okay to have a bad day, it's kind of like this. I feel like it's like the same concept, because you might be wanting change to happen, but with change and with dedication, you might need to step down a little bit, or you might need to change certain things in your path to get to where you want to be. And most of those things is unexpected. So like, you just have to be patient with everything and understand things may not go as planned. So you just have to make sure you're patient in the process so that you can get through whatever you're going to go through. Number 16, never settle for less. This doesn't only have to be like with relationships. Of course, you shouldn't settle for less with relationships, because that's going to be like, for example, if you're married and you're settling for a man or woman that is not for you, or someone that doesn't give their all, someone that doesn't appreciate you enough, that doesn't show enough affection, you're going to be with them for your whole life. Like, you don't want to feel that suffering. Even if it's not like a husband, if it's just your boyfriend or a high school sweetheart or something, But it also goes with working a job or a career or something. You don't want to settle for less, even if it's something you're working for yourself and you've been doing something nonstop for 5 years and it's still not what you want, but you're in a place where you just have to be there right now. Eventually, when you're stable enough, you could keep moving and keep doing things to get to where you want to be and where you dream to be, Number 17 is always be the best version of yourself. This is really important, and my dad actually brought this up to me when I was younger, and he told me every day, always try to be the best version of yourself, be a better version of yourself. Every day is not promised, and you don't want to live with any regrets, and to be the best version of yourself every day also not only makes you feel good, but it makes the people around you feel good, and they see you being that person, which is really appreciated. Another thing that goes with this is number 18 is hug/show appreciation to your family daily. So like I said, every day is not promised. Definitely make sure you hug your family and friends. Show them that you appreciate them, show kindness. Just show them that you appreciate them and you love them and that they mean something to you. Because a lot of times people don't do that and then they regret it, or they get into an argument and then that person gets into a car accident and they end up dying. And then they're sitting there like, oh my gosh, like I wish I would have solved that, or I wish I would have been more patient, like stuff like that. Like, you don't want to live with any regrets that you could have solved or could have at least helped the situation. Number 19 is always save money. I feel like this is also a really big thing, especially right now with the pandemic, is that people definitely are going through like a financial crisis. But if you're able to save money, let's say every paycheck you put, let's say 20% away in your savings or something, so that things that happen unexpectedly, for example, this pandemic, you have kind of a cushion to lean back on. Of course, it's still going to be hard, but it wouldn't be as hard. But then again, depending on where you live, it's definitely going to be harder, or it's definitely going to be easier. I know for a fact in California, the economy and everything is so expensive. Housing is so expensive. Food is expensive. And then if you have kids, that's also, different. Try and save as much money as you can to still have a stable life, and so you can have cushion to lean back on, or just in case anything happens, you have that extra cushion. Okay, last one is number 20. Put your education first. Your education, honestly, pretty much decides your whole entire life. Like, especially after high school, depending on your education and what you plan to do with your education after high school or with your career after high school, is basically plans your whole life. Whether you go to college or if you don't go to college, this is really important because I feel like middle schoolers, high schoolers, elementary schoolers don't realize how important your education is and how it really does plan your future for you, which is why you spend so many years in school, because you're going to need that for the rest of your life. And it's so hard. It's really hard to, let's say in your first job, in your career or something, and you want to change it, or do you want to do something different. It's going to be hard to backtrack to get to that spot, and it's going to take a while. But if you really focus on your education and you decide, oh, well, maybe I want to do this, maybe I want to do that, and you have a set plan throughout everything, it might be a little bit easier when you backtrack and try something new. Or even if you don't try something new, if you just try to keep going up and try to keep going up in your profession or in your career, in your job or something, you just want to make sure that you're putting your education first, because if you don't, it's going to be a lot harder. But that's all I actually have. That's all I have for the advice, but I hope you guys really take this advice and just put it in the back of your head just so you're aware and you know. And I'm sure a lot of people are definitely aware of all of this, but I know I was listening to certain YouTubers, I can't remember exactly who, but I just started jotting down all these things because a lot of people don't realize how important and how the little things really affect a person and affect your life, will affect your future kids' lives and stuff like that. And I feel like people should be educated on the little things that people don't really talk about, because happiness, mental health, education, career, sports, all that takes like a lot of work, you know, that probably will think like it will come naturally, or it's easy, everyone does it, or college is easy because this or that. Like, it's not easy. A lot of stuff in life is not easy, and it doesn't come to you, or at least most people, it doesn't come easy to you. It's not handed to you, so you have to really work really hard to get where you want to be. But I know it's going to be hard. I'm not saying it's going to be easy at all, but the more you push yourself and the more you believe in yourself and do little things like write things down, whether it's a to-do list, whether it's a grocery list, whether it's a diary, you know, writing things down and making sure that you understand and that you remember certain things is really important. And that's honestly all I have for today's video. I'm sorry if it was kind of boring because it's like a sit down video. If you guys are really interested in these type of videos, let me know and I will try and figure out other advice I can give you or things I could teach that I'm aware of and I'm educated about. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and come back for more videos.